Alright guys, here's the distributive property. So this is chapter 1, section 4. And the distributive property is basically when we have multiplication happening between two things. It can be two groups of things or a single thing times another group. But what's happening is we have an addition, some kind of addition between at least one of the groups. So here's the example, the classic example over here. We've got this guy. So A times the group B plus C is equal to A times B plus A times C. So it's this guy. That's our property kind of definition. We probably did this in class, and if not, then you can try this out with regular numbers and see kind of how it does work out. So this property holds for all of our numbers that we're working with in the reals. So let's do some examples. Here we go. So for instance, let's do this one. Number 1, we do our 3 times 2 and 3 times b, right? And so we're going to end up getting, here I'll put the 3 in the purple, 3, and then 3 here. So we get 3 times 2 plus 3b, right? 3 times b. And just simplify it. 3 times 2, that's 6 plus 3b. And can we go any further? Well, we cannot. We can't say that this is 9b, right? These are not like terms. And you guys hopefully have done like terms. I mean, we've talked about it, I'm sure, briefly in class, but these are not like terms, so we can't go any further. Okay, next example. Here we go. So we've got 1/2 distributing to both of these guys because we have an addition between them. All right, so we have 1/2 here times the 6, and then 1/2 times the 7x, right? It's not 1/2 times 7 and 1/2 times x, just one time, distribute it one time per addition, right? Okay, so then we end up getting 1/2 times 6 is the same as 6 over 1, right? You can look at it that way. And then plus 1/2 times 7, okay, same thing, 7 over 1, that makes it easy to look at. And then times x, of course, stays there. And I'll write this one here. I'm running out of space. And what's this? 6 over 2. 6 over 2 plus 7 over 2, right? 7 over 2x. Don't forget your x there. That's still there. And can we add these? It looks like, oh, we have a common denominator. Great. But actually, we are stuck because of that x, right? These are not like terms. Right? I do a squiggle and a bucket, right, for different. These are different. They're not like terms. Okay, so we're done, and that's our answer there for that one. And here's another one. Ooh, it's looking a little more scary, but it's not that bad. Okay, the -4 distributes to the -8, and the -4 distributes to this whole thing, which looks really crazy, but let's fix up all those negatives really quickly. All right, so when we see a minus, right, when we see minus, we can always change that minus to plus the opposite of whatever it is next to. So we have minus, I'll do this in green so we can remember. Alright, so I can change this to plus the opposite. Well, this is already negative, so plus a positive, right? Right here. So let's fix this up and take a look at what it's going to look like. Let's put the -4 down. And we have a -8, so I'll put parentheses, and then -4 over here too. I like to do parentheses with this. So we have -8. Okay, and then plus. Now we're just adding all this stuff. So adding negative numbers or positive numbers. -4, and we have a positive 12k. Okay, positive, and you can put it in parentheses if you want, just so it's multiplication. And simplify that stuff up, and what do we end up getting? Okay, let's see, 4 times 8, what's that, 32? Oh, negative times a negative is a positive, right? So that's going to be positive 32 here. Okay, and 4 times 12. Alright, that's 48, right? Negative times a positive, well, that's still negative. That's still negative, so that's -48. And the k sticks around. And that's it for that problem. It's positive 32 plus -48. Or we could have just put -48, right? Plus and negative is the same as minus. Alright, we've got some more complicated problems coming up here on the next page. Alright, and take a look at 5. We have fractions. Watch out. Be careful, but don't worry. Just relax. Take it slow. Alright, so we have this one here. Let's do our distribution. see it's a little quicker here, now that we see how it's working. And I like to do this with combining like terms. So now we can see if we have like terms after we do this. Over here, can we combine anything? Well, no, because we've got a squiggle, bucket. Those are not the G. There's no G's in the 16, so we're stuck with that for now. Maybe we can combine later, but always do distribution first. So what do we get? Let's clean this up. Negative 8 times 3, negative 24. And minus, we can change this again, is always plus the opposite number. So that's a negative 7G, right? Plus negative 7. So that's a negative 8 times a negative 7. Okay? So 8 times 7 is 56. Let's do black. So that's negative times a negative is a positive G. And plus 16 minus 4G. We can change this one up too if we like to. So change it. Okay, so I'm not worried about if I'm subtracting, right? Don't think about subtraction. Always think of addition, but you're adding groups of stuff, either groups of negative numbers with positives or groups of adding groups of stuff. That's always what we're thinking of. We're not thinking in minuses anymore, right? Okay, so do we have like terms? We do. I'll use another color, red. How about that? We have a bucket with our G's. Those are like terms. How about blue for the other one? A squiggle for the other like terms. These are just numbers. Numbers, even though they're a negative number and a positive number, are still like terms. So let's use our commutative property of addition, where I can move, right? Commute means move. So I've got negative 24 now, and I'll move this guy over here, right? And let me just undo that one so that erase that so it doesn't get in the way. Well, let's move that guy over here so that we can add them together. All right, so plus 16. And same with this. Let's move these guys together. Commute my 56G, and my plus negative 4G, right? Let's commute these guys so that we can put them together. Now they're like terms. Okay, so our blues go first. Sorry, squiggles. And our reds go second. Do a bucket on that one. All right, and 16 minus 24. Oh, geez, arithmetic, my absolute favorite. They're opposite sign. Take the difference. Then check afterwards, right? 24 and 16. So subtract this. I just write it out, guys. It's no big deal. All right, that would be 8 here, and then we have a 1. So that's 0. That's just 8. And is it negative or positive? It's negative because the 24 group is bigger. So it's negative 8 plus, what else do we have? 56 and 4. Negative 4. So we opposite sign, take the difference, or different sign, take the difference, right? And 56. So it's minus 4. All right. 6, 5, or 2, 52, right? So positive 52G. Can we go any further? Nope. We're stuck. There's your answer. Box it. All right.